Okay, in this video we're going to be looking at practicing the Colgada, and we're going to keep with the open kind of holding each other embrace in this practice embrace. I want you to kind of go for something a little bit more difficult, and then we can make it easy. So here we're going to have that same position. I'm going to send her out, and she's going to take her left leg and send it straight back. And now what I'm going to do is take out my right foot and step over here behind her heel, and then I'll collect my feet, and we will have spun maybe 180 or so degrees. She's going to stay with her weight only in the front foot, not in the back foot, so that foot can be moved around. And then all of her weight is going to stay in the back of my hands. So I'll move, 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 and I'll bring her back up. So what's happening here, leaders, is you're stepping behind her foot and then collecting your heels. Behind her foot, collect your heels. Behind her foot and collect your heels. Generally, we want to avoid these positions in tango, but in this particular move, it's really difficult to avoid. It's almost, you can make it happen. So when you go behind her foot, you need to pivot the standing leg and pivot. Pivot and pivot. Most people don't do this because you're doing it so fast, it's quite difficult. So a lot of times what people do will step and step, step and step. It's a bit of a strange position. I try my hardest to make sure that I don't do the pigeon toe version, but when it goes so fast, sometimes it's what's going to happen. So as you practice it slowly, practice not doing pigeon toe as much as you can. And then when you go faster, you'll have less of that pigeon toe sensation in your feet and more of the straight side step kind of look. So as we go out here, and she puts her leg backwards. So on the first one, it's kind of difficult because you're not really moving. So I'll step here. Instead of turning this foot, I'll just step behind. And then as we go, I can pivot my standing leg in a way that makes it so I'm not so much pigeon toe. And as I'm going, I'm kind of pushing off a little bit actually with my heel and with my, sometimes toe, sometimes heel, depending on however I can. It's difficult because you're managing someone's weight, but look for those positions in the feet and less of these positions in the feet, always. That's throughout your entire tango that you do, but this is one place where you're quite vulnerable to having a pigeon toe position. All right, so you can practice that. If you'd like to practice it in the other direction, you can. Just switch weight and go in the other way. It's a bit harder going to the right than it is going to the left. I usually do my single axis turns going to the left, and so we're going to be focusing on left single axis turns in the next coming videos. We'll see you in the next lesson.